Everyone, welcome to Cliffhangers and Cocktails podcast with Amy Sissel and
Shay McLeod, that's me.
we are USA Today bestselling authors of paranormal women's fiction, among other things. And as always, this podcast is brought to you by the Caftan Coven.
So today I am so excited because I literally manifested this, and Amy is very verklempt. But we are going to be chatting with the amazing Renee Rose and the also amazing Lee Savino. And I will pause for everyone to scream. I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to chat with them. We're talking about abundance mindset. We're going to talk to them a little bit about their co-authoring and how they do their abundance courses together. And of course, about being millionaire authors, because who wouldn't want to talk about that? So, and of course, we're going to chat about the usual witchy things, and we're going to general shenanigans and cocktails and whatnot. So this is going to be awesome.
So excited.
Super excited.
I love all of our guests, but I gotta tell you,
all of our guests have been fantastic, but there was just something special about, I've taken so many courses from them and read, and everything, and they've had such an impact on my life and on my career over the last couple of years, that it's so special having them on. So,
yay.
So, do we have an affirmation today?
Oh, 100% we do.
Ooh, tell me.
And this, we have an affirmation, and this is from Abraham Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
I live in an abundant universe.
Ooh.
I'm grateful for what I have and eager for more.
Yes.
I am open and ready to receive.
Yes.
And this is going to be our theme throughout this whole episode.
Absolutely.
Is I am grateful for what I have and eager for more.
Yes.
Open and ready to receive.
Yes. Because just because you are grateful for what you have doesn't mean that you have to be like, okay, I can't want more because I have to be grateful. No, you can be, if somebody gives you one piece of cake and you're grateful that you got that piece of cake because it's super tasty, or like a cocktail, doesn't mean you don't want another cocktail or another piece of cake, right? Because 2 cocktails are definitely better than 1.
100%.
Yum. And we're going to be talking about these cocktails in a minute. But first, I kind of wanted to have a chat with about spell books, basically. Grimoires versus Book of Shadows versus Gratitude Abundance Journals. So I thought it would be kind of interesting to talk about those because, well, number one, are they necessary? I mean, I think they're helpful. They're not necessary. You can do you, boo. This is your witchcraft. This is your path. But
that's totally our our Coven
creed.
Manifesto,
yeah.
creed. What do you call it in the business world? Mission statement.
You do you, boo. But yeah, because and we do each practice because we're each kind of solitary witches, and do our practice in our own way, but we also come together and amplify each other and enjoy each other, and we bring different strengths and different magical practices to each other. So, and I love because Sam will show up with here's a thing that I did at this course, let's do this, and we'll be like, yay, and then you'll show up
we're
with
drinking magic star water. And that's so cool.
And it's so cool, and I love it, and it's just great. So I think that really makes us stronger and closer together, and I just love that.
Wait,
so
are you saying that diversity can make things stronger?
Oh my God, who'd have thunk? Yes, it's so interesting, isn't it?
It is. Anyway, moving on quickly.
Yes. So so basically, first, what are these things? What's the difference? So I did a little research because I was actually thinking to myself, when we were watching Charmed back in the day, and I mean the 90s, because I'm talking about the original, they called it the Book of Shadows. And like, so that's something I've heard a lot, but then I've always really liked the word, the calling it a grimoire. And I was like, well, are these any different? Because, so I did a little research because that's what I do. But so basically a book of shadows, is a journal, whatever. It could be, anything from a spiral notebook to something fancy, you know, with vellum
With
pages.
giant leather tomes
Yeah.
with like gold leaf
Thunk
lettering.
them down on the plinth and open them up.
Yeah.
But it's just basically where you keep information about your own spiritual practice. So it could be spells and rituals, like where you keep track of the, you know, herbs and things and their correspondences to magic. In my case, it would be cocktail stuff, you know, anything that's focused around magic. But the term itself is actually fairly new, and it started being used when, with the religion of Wicca, when that kind of came to the fore. And so it's really, witches did not use that for their books. Or magicians. They didn't use that for their books up until the 1940s. That was when that term first came in. And then, of course, we see it a lot in movies and other media. Yeah, so a grimoire, so I'm like, okay, well, how is that different? Because isn't a grimoire the same? And it's like, they basically kind of are. Like, it's basically a book that has rituals and spells, but while Book of Shadows is more likely is like a Wiccan term, a grimoire is not. It's an older term. It's from the Latin, from the end. It started being used in the 18th century as to refer to historical books of magic. So it's sort of a more historic. It's an older term. Now,
to me, it always kind of evokes like something that's passed down from mother to daughter.
Right. Right. Where a book
and
of
you
shadows
add to it.
Yeah, a book of shadows to me feels more personal to that witch, where like a grimoire is, yes, like a more of a passed down thing. And that's kind of how I see it too. It's more arcane, because if you come from a line of witches, it'll go back as far as your line does. And I just love that. But and now from scholars, and scholars always love to share their opinions, and like they're the only opinion. But they will say, there is many who say that like the Book of Shadows is only Wiccan. Only Wiccan. Only Wiccans can use it. And that a grimoire is only for historical magic and not for modern witches. And it's like, okay, so what do I do if I'm a witch and I'm not a Wiccan and I'm modern and not like from like 1792, right?
You tattoo everything on your body.
But I'm also allergic to it.
Oh shoot, what was that cocktail? Oh, there it is. I found it.
Can you imagine?
Oh, hon, can you read that recipe that's on my butt?
Pulling down my pants. Was it 2 ounces of triple sec or 3? I mean, it's so ridiculous. So frankly, back to our motto. You do you, boo. Yeah. Basically, modern witches kind of do what they will. They call it whichever they like. It's really a matter of preference. So I'm going to show off my grimoire. This is one I've started. I decided to do a grimoire with my cocktail magic. So I just got off of that river.
In South America?
Yeah, the river in South America. I don't know if you can see this, but like,
that's really pretty.
It's just a leather cover with a little lapis lazuli stone in the middle. And it looks very arcane, but it was not expensive. And then when I create my own cocktails, and I find one that's just perfect, then I'll write it down in here. And then those are mine that I've created.
That's our Maven cocktail.
Yes, it is. Yes. And so far, I've only got a couple in here, and I have a couple more I need to add. but I only add them once they're like, oh yeah, this is it. This is the one. And of course they're magical energies and correspondences and stuff. So that's sort of something new I started. The third thing, and I think this is really awesome, and I think a lot of people who don't even realize they're kind of a little bit witchy are doing these, a gratitude journal or a abundance journal. And this is mine. So I actually,
Ah,
yeah,
oh, that's so pretty.
isn't it pretty? I got it from this company in Australia called the Quirky Cup Collection. And it's just so pretty. In the back, it says the magic starts here.
Nice.
I just love that. And so in this, now everybody's different. But I keep, like, when I do courses and things like that on abundance and manifestation, I will put them in here. If I am given like a project, a practice to do, I'll do that. Like things I love about me. They had us write down like a list of things.
Was that in one of Renee's courses?
I think so, yeah.
Because I think I have that list in my journal as well.
Yeah. And there was I also do lists of gratitude. I will write down things I want to manifest, my manifestation lists or my visualization lists. And all of that stuff kind of goes in here. And that's how I use mine. Now you have one too, right? How do you use yours?
Well, I would love to show you what mine look like.
Yeah.
But they're in a box that is
there
somewhere
there
in the world.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where. It has not arrived yet.
Oh dear.
Because I've unpacked everything that's here, but we have our stuff that we shipped. And that is, I've been saying it'll arrive in 8 to 12 weeks because that's what they told me when they picked it up. So it's been 4, but I'm just gonna go with 8 to 12 weeks until it arrives, and maybe even after. I don't know. So I don't know. Like, you guys, okay. So everything was chaos. My August was nothing but chaos. And so at the end, I'm just like chucking shit in boxes. Like, so I don't know where half of my magic stuff is. Like,
yeah,
I
that would
don't
be
know.
me. That would be me.
I don't
Either I would
know.
have nothing in my suitcase but like magic rocks and tarot decks, or all of them would be packed and I would have no idea where they were. So that's how that would
I'm half and half. About half of my stuff came with me, but half don't know where it is. Do not know. Could be anywhere. Could be at my cousin's house. Because she was going to ship some stuff to me too, and I should probably check on that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I have
write that down.
I have 2 journals. I have my regular gratitude journal where, and I don't write in it every day.
No,
but periodically, especially if I'm feeling a little, I will write down what I'm grateful for. And I think we talked about this in our last full episode about making lists of things you've accomplished.
Yes, yeah.
So if I'm starting to feel a little stressed, and like I just said, then I will write down the things that I've done instead of the things I haven't.
Yes.
And then that can help my brain just stop.
Get out of the spiral.
Just stop. Yeah. So I have that, and it's my gratitude and accomplishments.
I like that. Gratitude and accomplishments. Yes.
And then I have a journal where I do all those exercises from, like, if I'm reading a book and they're like, do this or whatever. And and also I'll have my list of everything I like about me, or what is the one thing that I like, what do I think is blocking me? Whatever it is. And you write it down and you're like, why do I feel that way? Why do I feel that? And you go down until you get to like the very root of where this came from.
Yeah.
And then you start working your way. So I have stuff like that in my other, and that's my like, it doesn't have a name. It's just, that's my other one. Yeah. And then something I do not have, but only because for some reason it has to be perfect. Oh. And I don't know if everyone loves journals and notebooks and paper the way writers do, because we all how many
Yeah.
unused pretty things do we all have?
Oh my
Like,
gosh, I couldn't even tell you, but it's a lot.
a lot.
A
Oh, this is
lot.
so beautiful, but it's too beautiful to use.
Unless I have the
So,
perfect use for it. Absolutely
hmm
perfect. Yes.
so
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
have been working on finding the absolutely perfect, basically what will be my grimoire, because I have a couple exercise books where I tracked like my tarot readings and oracle card readings,
Mm-hmm.
so I could see kind of what the journey was over the year, but they didn't have enough room to
Yeah.
go as far as I wanted it to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want something, and also it was like a daily thing, and then I would
Uh-huh.
feel bad if I didn't do it every day because there would
Yeah.
be empty spots. So I need something that's going to be like, here I can put my cards, I can say what they mean to me, what's going on,
Right.
and I
You
can
can
like
put the date.
look.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And I know
awesome.
some people, this is their daily ritual. And
Right.
I generally draw a card every day, but I don't do, not always.
Yeah.
But like
I
our friend Sam, I think that's her daily ritual.
I think
Every
so.
morning she gets
Yeah.
up and she has the same notebook that I had, and I think she
Mhm.
fills it out every day. And I'd be like, I did it on Monday and Tuesday, and then oops, not the rest.
Yes. So really, here's the thing. It's a you do you boo situation. It's like
Mm-hmm.
basically it's a magical journal of what however you and you can have multiple. And if you don't want to write in a journal, you can do it on the computer, like, do it digitally or I have this fabulous app that for dictation on my phone, which I use for writing, but like if I'm having thoughts about other things, I actually like just talk to it like I was talking to you or something. And, like, oh, so I'm thinking about this and blah, 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 blah. And like, I'll work through something or an idea for something, a spell, a cocktail, which for me is the same thing, or something like an abundance thing or a mindset thing, or like, ooh, I realize where that block is coming from. I can sometimes, if I don't have the time or the energy to write it physically, I can dictate it. And then I have it for later to include in my notebook or an online file or whatever. So
And something I'd like to say, primarily, I guess, to myself, is that it doesn't have to be perfect.
it does
You don't
not
have
have to
to
be
wait for the
perfect.
perfect journal type thing to come into your life before you start writing
No.
stuff down. Even though that's what I have been doing, it doesn't have to be that way. I have an idea
I
that it
mean,
looks like.
this is just mine is such a mess. It's just like, and I just like, yeah, it's a hot mess, and there's like sloppiness of writing. Like I scribble things out, and I don't do pretty drawings like some people do. Some people do pretty drawings and art and whatever. I'm not an artist person. It would be stick people.
We create art with our words.
We do. So I don't do that. Although, if I had a sticker that I liked, I'd slap that in or washi tape or whatever if I felt the urge.
Do you want to hear
Because,
the weirdest thing I do when it comes to journaling?
hmm.
And like later, I might actually cut this out because this is real weird. Okay. I'm not sure I'm ready for people to know
Okay.
about this secret.
Okay.
Okay, we're pausing just in case I'm going to cut this out later. So, you know how you open a journal and like there's lined paper on the left side and the right side.
Mm-hmm.
I write on the right side
Mm-hmm.
and then I go to the left side. And then I
Oh,
start writing sideways.
huh. I don't usually even, okay, depending on how thick the paper is, I don't even write on the left side if it bleeds through. Or sometimes I'll just write on the right side, but on the left side, I'll write across, but like just like one or two lines, not like filling out the whole thing. I don't know why. And sometimes I write on both sides.
We're weird.
We are
Everyone's weird. I feel
very
less
weird.
weird now.
Yeah. I mean, you're not that weird, Amy. You're just not that weird. Or
Damn it.
maybe we're both mad. I don't know. But yeah, like here,
Um,
I'd kept I wrote only on the right side and whoop, nope, wrong way. Anyway, the left side is completely blank. But then like here, I wrote on both sides. So I don't even know.
Okay. I might not cut that out now that I found out that
That
people
you're
are
not as
like,
weird.
that is not much weirder than you.
Nope.
Um,
We're both weird. So it's fine. I don't care if people know.
so can we can we jump into this cocktail thing so I can show my cocktail before it's
before it's
empty?
gone. Yes. So before we had our interview with Lee and Renee, we asked them what their favorite cocktails were. So we're just gonna show off our lovely cocktails. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see our lovely cocktails.
Yours is big.
Yes, it turned out to be huge. Especially once I added the ice, it didn't fit in a regular bourbon glass. So Renee's favorite was a cucumber gimlet, and so Renee, and Lee's was the jalapeno margarita. And we've done something similar before. We've done a pineapple jalapeno margarita, spicy pineapple margarita. But so I went with the margarita. Amy went with the gimlet.
And I'm drinking gimlet, not a cucumber gimlet though. I'm not a huge fan of cucumbers, so I just went with the traditional basic gimlet.
And
however, in the interview that you're going to see in a minute, I was drinking a margarita. I switched it so I could have one of each of their favorite drinks.
And I was not drinking anything because I was having COVID at the time and taking.
She's a loser.
Yeah, I'm a loser. And I was taking an antiviral, so I couldn't drink. And which was sadness, but it's fine. And so I'm doing a margarita. I do not have jalapeno in mine because I did not have a jalapeno, and I am also old and can't handle spice anymore. So
I do not believe that is an age thing. I just want to make that clear.
I think
it is not an age thing.
I think it's a perimenopause thing, honestly, because I used to be able to handle like serious spice level, like so much heat.
This might be a Shea thing.
Maybe. I don't know, but now I just can't even. I can't handle any heat. It's so weird.
Well, so I'm having the gimlet, which has no heat. And the energy kind of the gimlet is cleansing and protection, healing and calm, which is just so nice to have all of that. And just like having that healing and that calm, I think really helps set an abundance mindset.
Yeah.
So a cucumber gimlet is 1 part gin, 1 part lime juice. No. Let me just start this over. I know how I made mine, and now I know why I want more gin in it. So I made mine with my heart, and I did not actually really look at a recipe other than to make sure I had everything I needed. Okay, so what we have here is, this makes 2 or 1, depending on who you are, 4 ounces of gin, 2 ounces of lime juice, 1¼ ounces of simple syrup, and 1 ounce of cucumber juice. And like I said, I didn't do the cucumber juice, but also I did not put in nearly enough gin. Okay. So you juice a cucumber, you get your juice.
Yep.
You put ice in a cocktail shaker. Guess what? Don't have one. So it's halfway full.
Well, I mean, if you don't have a shaker, just stick it in a glass and swirl it around.
Yeah, don't have a glass big enough. So, so then you put in the gin, the lime juice, the simple syrup, and the cucumber juice into your shaker. You shake it for 15 seconds. How do you shake it, Shea? You're really the expert at that motion.
Like a Polaroid picture or something.
I love it when you do that. Add ice to your old-fashioned glasses and strain into the glasses. You can garnish with cucumber. Mine is garnished with lime because, again, better than cucumber. And then the magical properties of gin is like juniper berries is one of the key ingredients in most gins. Yeah. So that's the protection, the purification, the healing, resilience. Lime is for cleansing, protection, and renewal. And cucumber, which I am missing. So let's see what I'm missing. Oh no, I'm missing beauty.
Oh no.
And calm. No. And purification. Oh, there's purification in my gin. No, we're cool.
You're fine. You're fine. You've got it all handled.
All right. And tell me about your margarita.
So the margarita energy is, and I love this because I can kind of see their two personalities coming through the drinks they chose. The
margarita Renee or Lee? I can't remember.
The margarita is Lee, and the
Okay.
Gimlet is Renee. So the
Okay.
calm, the healing, and then with the margarita energy, which is Lee, you get the positivity, the connection, the abundance. I just love that. Like you could see the connection with her. Like it's really great. So super simple again. 4 ounces tequila, 2 ounces triple sec, 2 limes juice, 2 juices of 2 limes, 1 tablespoon agave nectar, and a half a jalapeno pepper seeded and sliced. And then you just basically, now you can salt the rim if you want to. I don't believe in salting rims. It's just not my thing. You know, I think I
love a good rim job.
I think I made a double, and that's why it's so big. Okay, right. So basically, put it in a shaker with some ice and shake what your mama gave you. Pour it into a glass.
My mother would never give me tequila.
No, neither would mine. Garnish with a lime. I rarely garnish anything. I just haven't got the time. So, and I'm going to be totally honest. I did not do this full thing. I actually used a margarita mix, which is made with all natural ingredients. So there's no fake flavors, or it's just the pure ingredients in there. So all I had to do was add my magic. I didn't have to like, I think mixes are fine, but when you're doing magic, you need the pure, real ingredients in order to get the magical properties. So, you know, buy a mix, just make sure it's natural ingredients. And I just added to it. So it already had the lime and all of that. I just added the triple sec and the tequila. So, but it's got the same ingredients. So the magical properties here are tequila is for a celebration of life. It's for communication and connection.
I love tequila.
It's good, especially when you get a good tequila. Triple sec, or you know, you could use. I actually use Cointreau. Is for attracting abundance. It's positive energy, promoting happiness. Lime is for cleansing, protection, and renewal. Agave is for fertility and resilience, and jalapeno, which I don't have in there, for banishing negativity, protection, and if you want to add a little bit of a zing, a little bit of a spice to your spell. So if you want to kick it up a notch, you can add a little bit of jalapeno. And so basically they're really simple. Both are pretty simple drinks that you can sort of, you know, match to your personal taste and whatever magical spell that you want to focus on. And they are frankly delicious.
And almost empty.
Oh, I must be a slow drinker then.
Well, look at how much bigger yours is.
True. Yeah. Yes, mine is much bigger because I think I accidentally made a double. Well, shall we go talk to Lee and Renee?
I would love nothing more.
Welcome everybody back to the pod. Today we are talking with Lee Savino and Renee Rose. I met them through, I don't remember who told me about Renee's book, Right to Riches, but somebody did. And was it you? You told me. See, this is my memory these days. Amy told me about Lee's.
I get it.
I mean, Renee's. Okay, people, I am recovering from COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, you are pretty much. Renee Lee? I don't know. Anyway, so, and I read the book and I loved it. And then I found out there was this Facebook group and I joined the Facebook group and then I fell down the rabbit hole. And then Lee had this other book about like having adventures with the universe and they do all this really cool stuff together. And like, yes. Oh, she's got her book there. And I do have your book here, but don't make me try and find it.
Don't find it. It's fine. That's why I held it up. So you don't have to.
Yay. And so I asked if they would come on the podcast today and talk to us about like their author journeys, but also their abundance journeys, because they write fiction. They write like some romance and hot stuff and spicy stuff and paranormal stuff and not paranormal stuff. But they also write about abundance. Ooh. Sassy. Ooh.
If you're not watching this on YouTube, you are missing out on
you might want to watch this. You might want to watch this later on YouTube. Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, she is showing us some really sassy boys. So so basically, I wanted to have them on to talk to us about writing and about abundance and about all kinds of cool, like, universal magic. And so that's why they're here. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
And
I'm also
Amy,
going to read your bios, and
Amy's
I'll
gonna
be
read the
doing
bios.
more talking today than Shea, probably because I am not recovering from COVID. But H.L. Savino is a mom and chocoholic living her best life as a full-time author. In 2014, she was broke and desperate to figure out her life. And a few years later, she was a six-figure author on her way to making millions from her fiction novels as Lee Savino. In her book, Adventures with the Universe, she teaches quick and easy ways to achieve the abundance mindset that transformed her life. She also co-teaches the Money Magic membership with Renee Rose. I have done that. I have been through the course.
Me too.
I'm just very
Fabulous.
quiet when I do it.
And me,
But,
I'm like, yap.
And we also have Renee, 15-time USA Today bestselling romance author Renee Rose is passionate about helping other authors find and maintain an abundance mindset to catapult their careers and create their best future. She employs energetic tools and techniques to help her clients clear resistance and money blocks, access their inner guidance, and tap into their love and appreciation for their books so they can achieve their dreams. And I did the Money Magic membership. I did the course like a couple years ago, and I am very pleased to report that I am now a full-time author, and I'm moving to Portugal, which is where I always wanted to go.
Yay.
And I'm so happy. And I'm so excited to have you guys here. When Shea told me that you were coming, I had to go lay down a little bit because I was so excited.
She's like, I have to go lay down. I'm like, are you serious? Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Love it. That's
So
awesome.
excited. So welcome, both of you. I really am excited. I'm trying to hold back my starstruck this, and it's so far working. I think.
Yeah, you're
So,
super cool.
I'm super
Yes.
cool.
You're moving
So,
to Portugal. That is super
I
cool.
am 1 week from today.
Yeah.
Yay.
1 week from today.
We want to know you because we want to visit.
Yes.
We have
Awesome.
Portugal plans that
Yes.
will probably involve some very important guest speakers. Just
Oh.
saying.
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm putting that out there in
Awesome.
the universe. We
Yes.
have
And
plans.
100% well. I'm very excited for what Shay and I are going to achieve in the next 5 years. So,
Yay.
Yeah, there's a
Um,
lunar eclipse in August 2026 and 2027, and my husband wants to go to Spain. Although we might just do 2027, and it's a toss-up between Spain or Egypt.
Mm.
But we're leaning towards Spain, but we could go as soon as next year. I'm just letting you know when I might be in the area.
yeah, no.
Make it
Let's have drinks. Let's get together.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
love your blinged out mug.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay,
my
so we're
glasses.
going to. Oh, what?
My glasses
Ooh.
match.
Wow, I didn't
Yeah.
even notice
Those are
this was linked.
awesome.
Those are awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So
we
the-
have to get to the most important question.
Yes, very most
This
important
is-
question.
Oh my God.
What? Oh,
A
yes.
little tiara. I
I
didn't
have
wear
my
my
tiara.
crown.
Where's mine? Here.
I don't know where anything in my house is. I think
You
my
can't see it
crown
if I
might
take
be in a shipping container.
That's
allowed when
okay.
you're
You're
wearing
wearing
to
an
Portugal.
energetic crown.
Yes.
So tell me, ladies, what is your favorite cocktail / mocktail or other boozy beverage? Lee, where you want to get started? You're on my lower left corner, so
Yeah. Jalapeno margarita. So a margarita with some jalapeno in it. Whenever I
Mm.
see it, I order it and I grab it.
Oh, and that is,
Yum.
of course, what Amy is drinking.
Mhm.
I don't know why I have my hand over my speaker, but that's what Amy's drinking because, and I had a feeling that's what you would pick.
Because you
Love.
knew I had all the ingredients and I wouldn't have to buy something new.
Mhm.
Yum. Awesome.
I can tell you, though, that when we record the other half of this episode where Shay and I do the intro and outro, I will be drinking. What will I be drinking, Renee? What's your
Cucumber
favorite cocktail?
gimlet?
Yes,
Is
that's
it
what I'll be
gimlet or
drinking next
gimlet?
time.
Gimlet,
I think
right?
it's a
I
gimlet.
think it's a gimlet.
Like GIF.
Oh no, here we go again.
Yes. Yeah, I love cucumber. It's so refreshing.
It
And I
is.
love gin and I love, like vodka and all of those refreshing kind of
Mhm.
cocktails.
Mhm.
I say gimlet because it's like the gremlin, right? Like, wasn't it? Are those two words related?
Don't know.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, now I have
Usually
to
I
Google.
have my browser up so I can like Google during interviews and look real weird, but I do not today.
There's a good gin place. They make it a distillery near us, and I'd never had gin, and they have amazing gin. So then I was researching all these recipes, and then of course I just ended up pouring random stuff into a cup, and then it was terrible, but I drank it anyway, and then I was very happy because it tasted better the more I had. So
Excellent.
Gin
It
is
is-
my favorite liquor. So
Yeah,
I am
it's a good one.
Oh, it is gimlet, and it either comes from a small hand tool called a gimlet or a British naval doctor named Sir Thomas Gimlet, which I'm going to go with that one since he's the one that invented the drink.
Yes.
Or rather,
makes
the
more
Royal
sense.
Navy is who invented
What's the small hand tool look
that's
like?
why I thought gremlin, because I was like, it has to do with something mechanical. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
Well,
not.
I will research small hand
Oh.
tools later. That seems appropriate. I don't know.
we all love a small hand tool.
Oh,
Yes,
We
we do.
100%
I don't think
do.
this is one you would like, though, because
Oh.
this
Oh.
does not look fun.
I
Okay,
can't
I don't know if
see
you can
that,
see, but
Shaya.
it looks kind of like a weird key.
Can't see it.
Oh,
Well, we'll pop a picture up.
it looks like
when
a very. It
tell
looks
us
like
this.
sort of a key sort of situation, but like really sharp on the end, like a drill almost.
Okay.
I mean, and while
Maybe
drills have their places,
we
Certainly.
do not shame anyone for their tool choices.
No.
no,
No.
but I don't want that thing near me. Thank you.
Okay. Moving on from tools and drinks.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about your abundance mindset journey. When were you first introduced to it, and how have you incorporated it into your writing career? And
All
Renee,
of
do you want
that.
to go first this time?
Yeah. So it was pretty early, like in my early 20s, I had a next door neighbor who was reading the Seth books. And so she would say, like, I just put it out there to the universe. And so I was like, I'm gonna put that. And I watched like as she's like, I'm putting it out there that I moved to Strawberry, which is like this little mountain town in Arizona. And then she's like, I'm moving to Strawberry. And she's like, I just put it out there that I find someone to take over my lease here. And she's like, I found someone. I'm just putting it out there that someone wants to adopt my cat. And so I was like, okay, it works for her. And so I was like, I'm just putting it out there that I could buy a house, which I was like making $9 an hour. I'd had like 5 different jobs in the last, because I just graduated college. So I'd had like 5 different jobs in the last year, which is what when I went to get the loan, they were like, please explain why you had 5 jobs in the last. I was like, well, I graduated college. But then within 5 months, my dad was like, I'd like to help you buy a house. And he's not someone who paid for like even $1 of college or anything. Like he wasn't.
Wow.
And he's just like, I want to help you buy a house now.
Well, he was like, I'm looking for a tax write-off, which it really just ended up helping me buy, because anyway, the universe responded quite
I mean,
magically.
yeah.
I'll take
And then I
wow.
was sold. I was like, hey, this stuff works, And
Yeah,
then
I'd
not
be
long
sold
after
too.
that, someone gave me like an Abraham Hicks cassette tape, and then I was really sold,
Mm-hmm.
cassette
So-
tapes because it was a long
Cassette
time
tapes.
ago.
Yeah. We're dating ourselves now.
And what about you, Lee? How did you find your abundance journey?
So I also listened to cassettes, and it was like positive mindset stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm going to think positive. And I was 18. And I did that for years. And what really changed things was meeting. I did a hypnotherapy session in 2014, completely unblocked my belief that I couldn't be an author. So I started publishing. And then I actually did a cord clearing meditation, which I didn't realize what I was doing, but I like made it up and I did it.
Mhm.
And I met Renee a few weeks later. in August of
Aha,
2015. And then Renee helped me learn, okay, so I was doing all these affirmations and being positive, but underneath was stuff I needed to clear.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that like affirmations work really, really well. But if you think you're being positive, but underneath you're saying I'm worthless, like that's the affirmation that is coming through.
Right.
And you need to heal and clear that. And there's many different ways to do that. And that's what we talk about in Money Magic, because the one thing that we know is going to work, like the tools and tactics we use to like get our books in front of readers and, you know, make money. Tactics, you know, have a lifespan, and and they also, you know, can depend on the market and your personality and what you like to do, what you love to do.
Yeah.
But the thing that does work is getting into an abundance mindset, becoming an abundant person, becoming someone who looks for opportunity and whatever it takes to get there. Like some people are very woo woo, and I find like energy clearing to be really, really useful, but only really with Renee. Like Renee is my person. And some people do it. They're like, you know, when I do yoga, I feel good. And then I'm able to get more business ideas because I feel good. That works too. So it's like all of the above. Yes. And do it all. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's awesome.
So
Shay and I spend a lot of time on the podcast saying, I'll have some of that, please.
yes. I'll have some of that.
Whenever we're talking to an author, we're like, oh, that's amazing. I'll
we
have
like
some of that,
I'll have
please.
some of that.
Yes.
Which of course I learned in, I think it was the course, or maybe it was one of the Money Magic calls, is like, oh yeah, because I was really struggling at that time with, because I came to the abundance mindset a little bit later in life, like in my 30s, and through The Secret and Abraham Hicks and everything. And it's what got me to be a published author. It was that after that, I became a full-time author within not too long. Well, I mean, and I was just, but because it just totally, up until that point, I was like, I want it to happen, but I don't think it probably will until like a long time from now, you know. And then it was like, well, screw it. I'm just going to go for it. So, but then after many years, it was just kind of like, I kind of got in that complacent, like, well, I know what I'm doing. But I was getting to the point where, you know, people who started at the same time I did, or even after me, were buying houses and going on vacations and putting money in their LMNOP or IR. I don't know, whatever you put money in.
I like LMNOP.
Thank you. LMNOPs, RIAs. And I'm going, and I couldn't help that. I couldn't help that little jealous twinge. Yeah. And I'm going, you know, why does she get it and not me? You know? And so then when they said that, when that happens, say, instead of like letting that jealousy sort of like bubble, go, well, I'll have some of that. And it changed everything. I mean, yes, I still have a twinge of jealousy once in a while. I mean, we're human, right? But yeah, it changed everything. So yes, it's our little thing.
The jealousy tells you two things. One, you want it. Two, you have a belief that you can't have it.
Yeah.
You just want to remove. It's actually very useful information when you get that, like, oh, it's like, oh, okay, I have a block there, but I do want that.
Yeah.
And so Renee's like, well, I'll have that too, please. And you're just sort of like sidestepping the block. Like,
yeah. That's kind of bob and weave and bob.
Yeah.
I really struggled a lot with the deserving money, because I grew up like in a Christian household where money is the root of evil, and they skip the whole love of money, the greed, that part. Yeah. And it's just money is bad, and pride in your work is bad. We can't be proud because that's a deadly sin, and we can't have too much money because that's a sin. And so going through these courses really helped me. I did a lot of journaling about it, and really helped me realize that the reason why I wasn't moving forward the way I wanted to is because I didn't think I deserved any of it. And that really helped like unlock the jealousy and the blocks that I had about making money. And I mean, I'm a full-time author now, so it's been pretty amazing to journal out where those blocks were and to figure out how to, I mean, it's still struggles, obviously. It's not a one-time, oh, I fixed it forever, but it's so much easier now to be like, what'd you say?
I wish it was a one-time pill.
But it's just been so amazing to work through the things that I didn't realize I'd carried forward.
Yeah.
from, because I'm like, I'm leaving that whole life behind and I'm moving to the West Coast and it's gone now and it's not. And so it was really nice to work through that and like learn how to work through that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell us how you like, you told us about your abundance, like how you came to learn about abundance and everything, but tell us about your actual author journey and when you started like publishing and like, you know, what books you wrote and like how you incorporated the whole abundance into that or
Yeah.
there.
I had a
That.
lot of, I mean, like you said, it's not one pill you take, right? So I had a
Yeah.
lot of like the universe, when I was most open, the universe would show up. So like I I had been trying for like a year to write this historical novel. I had just been introduced to like romance as a genre. Like I was a literary fiction person before that. And so I was like, oh, I love this. So I was trying to write a romance for it took me like a year. It's like 120,000 words. It was huge. And then someone was like, have you heard of this 50 Shades of Grey? And I was like, that's my jam because I'm kinky. So I like sat down and like 6 days, I wrote a novella. I sent it off to a kinky niche publisher, and they had just hired someone new as their editor. So it was like the first thing on his desk. So he like writes right back. He's like, we'll take it, make these changes. I made the changes. It was up like within, I don't know, I think a week or two later, up on him. And this is 2012. So back then you could just put something up without advertising. You just put it up.
Yeah.
So they just put it up on Amazon and it just sold 100 copies a week. And then my first check was $4,500. And I
Nice.
was like, new career found.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like we said, then
Yeah.
it wasn't as easy. The next ones didn't go as well. And so that like there's those moments of where you're wide open and the universe can gift you something. And then you come to a conclusion and you try to control it and you have an expectation and it doesn't, so then, there were those other moments, like Lee and I started writing together, which also was like a meant to be. Like we had like the moment we met, we had that like, oh, she's my person.
Yeah.
And I don't know, within a year or two from meeting, we were co-writing. And then like we heard about Facebook ads. And so like that was another where it was like this total magical moment of like we spent 12,000 and made 48,000,
Nice.
in that month. And we were like sold. And then of course, like again, it's not that easy next time. But like there was lots of moments where the universe came in and showed us that, ask, believe, receive. Like it's all available.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And Lee?
Yeah. And yeah, there's always another wave too. Like that's what I'm learning is like the market moves and shifts, but there's always something new. There's always something else that you can allow yourself to be open to because it really is about feeling worthy and allowing yourself to receive. So when both Renee and I went to school for writing and then I graduated and was like, well, I can't be a writer. And everyone in my family was like, you got to get a job. And none of them were creative and they didn't know. And it was 2008. So that was when like our careers were invented, that self-publishing took off.
Yeah.
And if I had just left the door open a crack and been like, I don't know how to do it, but I bet someone does. And I'm just going to find that person. I'm just going to stay open. If I just left it open a crack. So never slam the door on your dreams.
Right.
But it's okay because I went to a hypnotherapy session, cleared it all away, walked out of there.
Open the door.
Within a month, uploaded like 5 manuscripts. I had kept writing. I just didn't allow myself to like be an author.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I met Renee that year and I was making no money, but I was so happy. And
awesome.
2017, January, I made $2,000. I was writing a series I loved, a series of my heart. And I said, excuse me, I should be making money. Where's the money? So in our Seducing Money class that we're teaching right now, I talk about like money had golden retriever energy because it was like, open the back door and go, here, boy, come here. And the dog's like, ah, and its tail is banging on the door. So money was like, okay, here I am, because I had worked with Renee to clear the money blocks. So I will tell you right now that I have been a little stuck. And been in this period of like, what do I want? You know, I set a goal for this and I hit it. And I set a goal for that. And then I was like, what's the next goal? And my spirit knew like setting a money goal was a bad idea because I would break myself trying to reach it. So I've been like, I want all these things and I'm jealous and I'm not a cool kid. You know, I'm not cool enough to be on TikTok, which is a lie.
Total lie.
I know.
You're
I know.
super cool. Come on.
I know. Like, look at my desk covered with tiny dragons. Like, I could
Oh
be
my God.
I have that one. I have the green one. I love dragons.
I have dragons, but they're all the way at the end. I do have a little dragon up here, but you can't
This is
see
my
him.
favorite one.
Oh,
You know what?
cute.
I have like 900 of these. My daughter was playing in here. A fan sends these to me.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
that's so
I know.
cool.
That's
Right?
awesome.
And I'm sitting here all collapsed, like, oh, no one loves my books. Okay,
Oh my God,
so-
you have a fan sending you dragons. Come on.
Yes.
Come
Yeah.
on. People
So
love you.
these are the lies we tell ourselves. So I'm in
Absolutely.
the process of like finding actually new ways to heal. And again, it all comes down to loving myself. I'm like back to the Louise Hay affirmations, rocking on the floor, going, I love you. I love you. Whatever it takes for you, right?
Yeah.
So yes, that's
Awesome.
you know, I've done incredible things, but if you don't love yourself, if you get to the point where you're beating yourself up again, and because things will go wrong and things will change, and you're meant to like grow and change and expand, but if you're afraid of being seen, if you're afraid of the expansion, you'll run into that block again. And it's okay because you're meant to heal from it. That's when you open yourself up to the healing tools, and that's what Renee and I are teaching.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of people that I've talked to about abundance mindset, many people have this idea that once you do this, if you're in abundance, life should be smooth.
Yeah.
And if there's a bump, it just means
You did it wrong.
You did it wrong or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not about the bumps. It's about how you handle them.
Right.
You know,
Right.
do they throw you into the ditch, or do you just duck and dodge, or take the ride, or, you know, tunnel under it? I don't
Yeah, I feel like people get on a nice highway that goes up and down and across mountains and down in the valley, and it's like that's more like a roller coaster is more fun when it doesn't just go up, 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 up. You just be like, why are you edging me? Why are you? I just watched that SNL skit where he like won't drop the beat. The DJ keeps it climbing, and it's like, no, everyone goes crazy and their heads explode. So yeah,
we got to have the adrenaline.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the human thing, right?
Yes.
It's so interesting to me. I have a 13-year-old, and talking to her about resilience and about how sometimes there are bumps in the road and it doesn't mean we failed, and it just means that that's a place to learn. And I'm really good at walking her through life and teaching her all of these things. And then I'm like, I have failed
Totally.
because it only worked once. And
Totally. And that's why we need friends. That's why we need community. Because like it's easy to see it in someone else. But when it's your shadow popping up, sometimes you need a friend to go like, you're believing a lie. That's a lie. Sometimes giving it less, because sometimes we constrict our creations with our desires for them. So like just letting it fly might be the very best thing it needs. Like it has some space now to create.
Yeah. It's like when I get upset because one set of books is doing better than another set of books. And I'm like, why are you upset, you idiot?
I want everything perfectly even all the time. It's like, no. You just want to be in control because you're afraid. And that's okay.
I am a control freak. We all know this about me.
Yeah. And
fortunately, I am not.
No, not at all.
So you both have abundance mindset courses geared towards writers, Right to Riches, Money Magic, and you often work together. So tell us more about those courses and what inspired them, and how do you help other authors with their careers and mindsets?
Yeah, I mean, Money Magic just I feel like it just sort of happened, right? Like I think we did like a New Year's maybe clearing originally, and then we were like, let's just keep this magic going. but we didn't want too heavy of a commitment. So we did once a month.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
talked about it twice a month, but we clearly can't commit to that yet. Um,
I
and
love the
it's,
once
we
a
made
month
it like
calls.
super affordable. So it's,
Mm-hmm.
39.
I thought it was like, is
Yeah.
it still 39? We've talked about raising the price. Anyway, it's $39 a month. That gives you access to the entire library. We've got like 3 years worth of calls now, maybe more. We also recorded like sort of intro series just for people to kind of catch up and understand the basic premises. And we have a separate like meditation and hypnosis library. So it's a
Yeah.
pretty comprehensive program for super cheap, which we're like, do we have a block here? But we also like, there's a sole purposeness to this that, which is why we're doing the 21 days of seducing money right now for $21 because, I don't know. I just got the nudge. Like there's like reaching, this is what we're meant to do. Like reaching people is necessary. And yeah.
Yeah, I think I do have a bit of a block of charging authors. Like I want my fiction books to make me money, and then I'm a fraud if I don't, make more money from them than I do, which is weird because I don't know. I would
No,
like
but I do have
money.
that judgment. Like you said, like, oh, people who make money off selling a course, telling people to make money feels weird. Like there's a like
Right.
there's a pyramid scheme there or something,
Well, I think the unfortunate thing is there are certain individuals that have taken advantage of that and charged a lot of money for something, and it doesn't bring in money for those authors. And so I think a lot of us worry about that. Like I have an idea for a couple of courses, and I have definitely had a block about even doing them. They're just simple little, like a little webinar, I guess, like maybe a 1 hour thing to teach people how to do something. And I'm like, I had this huge block about even doing it. And I'm like, well, that's dumb. Why am I blocked? So now it's just
It's
more
not
about
dumb.
No, we all have it. Let's acknowledge it. I was walking with my husband the other day, and he's like, I was like, well, charging money allows me to do it, make space for it, and like treat it seriously. Like I'm very money motivated. If I pay my personal trainer, I am showing up to that session. And I spoke to him. If Renee and I weren't running Money Magic, I would need to pay like $70,000 a year, 100,000 to a coach. So I would show up to something like Money Magic monthly to like make myself
right.
So he's like, charging allows you to do it, and you're allowing people to pay you for your wisdom and your expertise, which was really cool to hear. I was like, oh yeah, money is supposed to flow. Money actually loves to move.
And as a Money Magic member who pays $39 a month, I feel like it makes me more committed to doing it. Yeah. Because, well, for me, it's just so refreshing. I need that. I feel like I need that refresher every month to just like stay in the vibe. I love it. We all do.
Absolutely.
But also, I want to get my $39 worth.
Yes,
that's right.
And
I love it when my charge shows up every month.
Yeah, I'm like, and I love supporting people whose work I believe in. So it's just like a triple whammy for me. I love it.
Yeah, I've noticed whenever I run a mastermind or something, the people who pay like for the most tier, they show up, they end up getting so much more than anyone else. They get the most out of the course. So let's not take that away from people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so I guess I have to, since that's my own mindset about other people's courses, why shouldn't that be about mine?
Yes. So. Right.
Yeah, let the money in. Let the money flow.
Let the money flow.
Yeah.
Love it. So what's the most interesting or unusual thing that you've manifested? This is fun.
I mean, let's see. Maybe this is probably not the most unusual, but I did like a few years ago, I decided to get online dating, and I made the list of everything I wanted, and I got exactly the list.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, which was super cool. But then, shadow stuff popped up, and I realized like, oh, I didn't put on like values me. Like, they were more superficial, which I read. There's a really wonderful book it's called Calling in the One. And she talks about that, about like, you tend to have this superficial list, but it might be not what you think. It might be something.
Yeah, you got to be careful with manifestation. I was like, I'm gonna buy a house and by 25, and I did. And this house should not have been bought by anyone. It was a Dr. Seuss house. There wasn't like a right angle in the place. It looked like it was falling over. And it's okay, but it was such a like mirror of my self-worth.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, maybe my first house also, the one that my dad volunteered to help me buy, was also like a little sketchy. But yeah, we were doing it. We set a desire, like buy a house at 25, and we did it, like.
I would rather move forward and fall flat on my face than not move forward at all, I think.
Absolutely.
And I think babies share that mindset. Babies know. They're like, nope, you just gotta, and they're made of rubber. So they're just like,
try again.
Boing.
Try again. Try again.
Watching a little kid do their first walk is like
the best.
Because they fall over and they just keep getting up. And I think we lose some of that.
Yeah, we do.
The mindset, if I keep falling over, I'm going to break a hip. But
and they have those meaty thighs. They have like the massive amounts
of
stuff.
But it's so interesting too how they'll like repeat a pattern. Like they'll be like they're trying to climb up on a chair. So it's like right leg, left leg, right knee, fall down. Right leg, left knee, right knee, and then they're just making little variations. Like they just keep until they, oh, if I tip my pelvis this way, I can make it up. Like it's just fascinating.
That is a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just try again with little iterations until
well, I manifested this.
Yay!
I manifested today.
Yes, you did. And I actually manifested, I was so down on my body when I was 16 and had like a perfect body. But anyway, I manifested this jacket, which I bought with my own money.
It. So cute.
It was $150.
So cute.
And I had a job and I had my own money and no bills. And my mom and my aunt were like, you need to buy that. And I was like, okay. And I wear it every New Year's. This is like, and Halloween, this is my easy, I'm like, I'm a witch. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're
like a rich witch. You're a rich,
fantastic.
You're the rich witch who meets the police at the door when when your elderly husband is killed under mysterious circumstances.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you are.
That is exactly me. Yes. So I manifested my bordello mistress velvet.
I love it so much.
That is fantastic.
So you guys have co-authored some romance series like Wolves of Wall Street together. What is it like working together? What's your process of writing as a team?
We have kind of an unusual process in that one of us will lead a book and the other will follow, and then like the next book the other will lead. We flip, rather than like the volley back and forth. And then that works for us. So like one person usually has a better idea of like what's happening, and then the other person can kind of fill in, has a perspective because they're not in the thick of it to see like, ooh, actually what we need here is,
the beats are off. We do use a beat sheet, the Ren Hayes Romancing the Beach.
Yep.
And but co-creating is super fun. Like it is so generative. Like 1 + 1 = 10 equals a million. I call that author math.
It is author math.
Yeah, that's accurate. We have very creative math.
But it works so well, and because we're together. We were once at a writing retreat that Renee organized it in Arizona, and I remember we were plotting our book, and someone was like, we were just at the breakfast table, like right after breakfast, and someone was like, you've been staring into each other's eyes for like 30 minutes. And I remember you were like, but what's the black moment? I was like, oh, right. And we were just like,
oh, funny.
That's hilarious.
We didn't know, but people were like, what are they doing?
We do mind melt. Like I just remember this moment where like Lee's talking about the next female character, and she's like, I feel like she's a runner. And then I was like, is she black? I could like see her. And she goes, that's what I was thinking. Like I literally like got the, what she was picturing. Like I could see it. I was like, that is amazing.
I love that. Yeah. That's the best when that stuff happens.
Yes.
I love the way you guys described your process. People should do a co-writing workshop.
Yeah. That's
I
kind of
have
how,
one.
that's kind of, oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
great.
Nice.
There's
I
many
mean,
different
if
ways
it's
to do it.
something.
I talk about a couple different ways. I did a talk with Angel for Inkers. That was one of the
Mhm.
co-writing talks. And then I
Mm.
have one just on YouTube that's older, but it's the bare bones. And I talk about
Looking it
like
up.
with this co-writer, I do this. With
Mm.
this co-writer, I do this. With Renee, I do this. With one lady, I just wrote the sex scenes.
Yep.
Creating course plans, both together and separately for this coming year. I guess we're getting more than halfway through, but
Oh, we're like at the end of 2025. It's pretty
I don't
much.
know.
No.
The
Like,
next-
we still have more than a quarter of the year left.
Oh, right. But I'm saying for the next 365 days. Let's put it that way.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I don't
Please
know.
outline dates.
I had
Just kidding.
I kind of had the download that doing more of the course stuff is what my soul actually desire. You know, like I think I desire to be to have my books on screen and to hit the New York Times list. And it's not that I don't desire that, I do, but like I think that I was getting the nudge that like actually this is maybe a deeper desire
Mm.
so, but I have zero plans. So I know I'm not, I guess
Excellent.
I should get going with some
Oh.
plans. I did release
go.
Relax to Riches last December on
Yeah.
Solstice, and it doesn't have a course. So maybe
Mm.
that's a possibility, is
That could be
to
fun. That
put
would be
together
fun.
something
Yeah.
for that. I don't know.
Awesome.
That one is pretty in depth. Like it's like you got to be willing to do some, because it's shadow work. So you got
Yeah.
to be willing to dip in there. But yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and we're gonna do the abundance retreat that Mel
Oh,
and
yes.
Sandra are running
That's right.
Yes.
in April.
Yes.
We'll get you the link to look at that.
Yes.
I'm running a book marketing boot camp in January, and if people are in my Millionaire Author Mastermind Facebook group, which is free, like you're welcome.
I think I'm in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come
I'm in
and
it.
be in there, and then get on my newsletter because Facebook is a dumpster fire these days. So
It really
I don't
is.
go there very often.
like I'll post and like no one sees it, and it is. Like I've had the group for a long time as a community, and it probably should have been built on Discord or something, but it's okay. So the book marketing boot camp is really fun because you're just like mirroring a bunch of authors doing their marketing stuff,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna just tap some really awesome speakers for us so we can learn from them. Theodora Taylor is going to run a blurb workshop.
Cool.
I've already asked Renee to do an energy clearing for all of us.
Yeah.
And so check that out.
Cool.
And then we've got the Seducing Money course going right now. That'll be available to buy at any point. And it's actually a really good starter to our teaching style. And so jump into that, clear your blocks on money, and then you can jump into Money Magic monthly to go deeper. And then Renee will let you know when she has her next
Excellent.
Relax
Yay.
to Riches, Sleep Your Way to Wealth.
Love
Whatever.
it.
Yes.
Love it.
All of the above.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I take back. I said it was that you had to be willing to do work, and yet the premise is that you can do it as you sleep. So I'm like, that's not true. It's just that things might come up as you sleep.
Right. You have to
that
be
need to be
willing to face
addressed.
those things.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So.
I didn't have this on the sheet. It just came to me at this moment as we're winding down the interview. Can you each give us one small tip of something that we can do to either bring abundance in our lives or open ourselves up more to abundance? What's your go-to tip? Or bring it into our work as authors?
Yeah. So like there's a willingness to receive, which is a felt sense. But if you could just imagine like throwing the doors open and believing it's coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
There's this sense of like, instead of, it's like what you said, like, I'll have that too. Instead of the like jealousy, why isn't it here? Which is a resistance. It shuts the doors.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this willingness to have it flow in. I know it's sort of a felt sense thing, but that's
Makes sense. Yeah.
the way it works. Yeah.
Bring it on in.
Yeah.
And Lee?
I have a couple though. Okay.
Well, you
So
can
we
share a
always,
couple.
we always say love your books.
Yes.
And because when you love something, you spend time with it. You know, you'll invest in the cover, the editing, you'll just dream about the characters, you'll cosplay, you know, on TikTok. And I even deeper, you know, loving yourself, whatever it takes to love yourself and doing the actions to love yourself. Another thing is, I was like, a good way to clear jealousy that I'm practicing, and I really love it, is when I see someone who has what I want, I'll go, I used to say, that's not me. That's not like me. I'm not like that. And now I go, that's me. I'm like her. She's like me. That's me. And then when I have a negative memory come up of, I was just clearing like some memories of, you know, it's not safe to be seen. Cause I was raised in a strict like church, religious household, and there was corporal punishment and all this crap. And so my body learned to like cower, like do not be seen, do not be heard. You will get beaten.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I can't unlearn. I mean, you unlearn that with your body. And one of the ways is the memory pops up and I say, that's not me, because I literally will never be in that situation again. So that's not me. And then the other way, you know, to call in what you want, you say that is me. Because you just want the identity of the big author, the millionaire, the successful person. So you align your identity, and then what happens is your brain fights to protect your identity. So if you see someone who's famous or rich and you say, that's not me, I'd never be like that, your brain goes, oh, okay, we will defend that identity to the death. So I saw TikTok people pop off and I was like, well, that's just not me. And then it was like, I can't even post on TikTok, even though I was actually having some fun with TikTok, like watching videos. I was like, oh, I could do that. But it was like, my brain was like, we're going to shut that down because it will kill you. And you said your identity is over here, and we will fight to the death to protect your identity. We will make you pass out to keep you alive.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, well, I'm not fighting that. I'm just going to tap. I'm going to say, that's me. And I'm going to do more yoga and like roll around, love my books, and do what I can to love myself and to accept myself and shift my identity to be the glamorous Bordello mistress of TikTok or something.
Absolutely.
Yes. I just say that one of the things that my personal child has gotten from all of this my personal child is that when we're going somewhere and she's worried about the outcome, she will sit there and say, isn't it great that this happened?
I love that.
I love that too.
She's 13. She's so wise.
Well, because
you taught her that.
Yeah. She absorbed that from you.
Like talking about like, oh, I'm so happy we got a good parking spot or whatever.
Yes.
Going to the emergency vet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember that time we moved to Portugal?
Yes.
That works also because when you're remembering or grateful or something, your brain's like, oh, that happened, therefore it's safe. We've experienced it and it's familiar, and you've moved past it. A lot of people hold off their manifestations because they're like, one day when. And I'm reading this book that's like, time and goals are tools. Play with it. I want to make 10 million one day. I want to make 10 million in 10 years. And then he was like, no. I want to make 10 million in a year. Something impossible. And your frame starts to shift. And you start to cut out anything that won't get you there. And then your mind is like, oh, you just created space. Okay, this is the way. Yeah. And it actually will be like, do you want to do it this way? Do you want to do it this way? Do you want to do it with TikTok? Do you want to do it this way? You'll actually get so many different paths and downloads. And the one you're like, ooh, yeah, that's the way I want to do it. It might not be with TikTok. You know, it might be with getting your books into movies. And you're like, but you create space for it. Guys, we have like, it's 5 years worth. It was 2021. So it's like 4 years worth of calls that we talk just about this. So it's really hard for me to just say one thing. Okay.
Right? I know. And mine is so like, sorry. It's like you have to feel it. So I'm glad you said more than one because
like I have so many.
Yes.
I know there's so many good tips. So if you need more
about how to go get your courses.
Yes, there's the books. We're going to drop those in the show notes. There's the courses. We're going to drop those in the show notes. There's the Facebook groups. So there's free stuff. There's paid stuff. There's
Yes.
books, so you can do it on your
Yes.
own in your own time. I do all of the things because
Yay.
that's the person I am. High input for the win.
Yay.
Yes,
Yay.
Adventures with the Universe.
There are
and
journals. Yes.
Write to Riches and Relax to Riches. So yeah, get those, read them, do them, change your life because they're amazing. And
Really
you both have your own websites, right? Lee
Mine is
Savino?
Right to Witches with a 2, number 2.
Okay, Right to Riches.
Okay.
And then Lee's is
LeeSavino.com.
LeeSavino.com. Okay. All
And
right.
then
Well,
there's a Money Magic
And there's-
membership.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, moneymagicmembership.com for
okay. We'll put those in the show notes too. And yeah, awesome. Thank you so much
Thank you guys so much
for joining
Thank
us today. This
you.
was so great. And I hope everybody listening got something amazing out of it because I sure did.
Awesome. Thanks for
Always.
having us. We
Yeah,
love
Yeah, thank
being
you so
here.
much.
And we're back, and I hope you all are feeling like so inspired
Mhm.
to go out there and get what you want from the universe because you deserve
Yes.
it. And I'll tell you what, we're all gonna have some of that.
Yes, I will have some of that. So I guess it's time to do our oracle or our polar oracle card. Yes, for the day.
Yes, yes. Oh, it's
My
your
new
tarot
butterfly
deck.
tarot. This is Kelly Burton. I actually have all of her decks. She did she has done a bee tarot deck and a bee oracle deck, which I also have and I love them. But this is a butterfly one. And I just got it. It just came in like not even a week ago. So I'm super excited to use it. It's a version deck. Have not even shuffled it yet. Which was probably I should
I
have
love it when we pull out a new deck. Except that at some point people are gonna wonder if we have a problem.
we don't have a
Answer is
problem.
yes.
I mean,
we
okay,
do.
fine. Well, so the back of this deck is so pretty. It's this gorgeous red color with
Ooh.
two butterflies sort of one is up, one is down. Tail
They're
to
like
tail.
mirror images.
Yeah, mirror
Yeah.
images. That's what I was looking for. And it's got this beautiful shimmery edge.
Ooh, I love a shimmery edge.
I love a shimmery edge. So I'm just gonna, while we chat here for a minute, I'm just gonna, okay, come on, ladies, behave. Work with me here. They're wanting to slide about.
Oh, it's hard to shuffle brand new decks because
yes.
they are stiff and slippery.
They are stiff and
That's what
slippery.
she
Yeah. So I'm just gonna shuffle this little gal up like this. Oh, and I love it because this Kickstarter came with these cute little enamel pens of butterflies.
Ooh,
isn't that cute?
That's fun.
I love it. She sent me all these kinds of goodies, and I'm like, yeah. Her decks are just so beautiful. They're kind of this. She does like a lot of like collage type artwork.
I'm excited to see a card.
Yeah. So okay, so I have now shuffled the card deck, and I'm going to split it and take it from the top. Ooh, Queen of Cups. And
I love that card. Oh my god.
Here it is. So
can you describe it for our listener not watchers?
So it's a beautiful card in like shades of greens and a little blue. You've got the she is, I think it's like an old artwork. I think she's like Bathsheba or something like that, but she's rising up out of a cup, a golden cup sort of draped in some sort of gauzy material, and she's got blue butterfly wings coming out from her back.
Pretty.
Isn't that pretty? And the background is like beautiful greenery, plants, and swirls. It's just stunning. And I am going to, where did I put the book? Oh, here it is. I am not as good at reading cards. I have a hard time remembering their meanings. But I know the Queen of Cups is good. Cups are always good. Let's see, whatever. Here's the Queen of Cups. So we're going to read this. The Queen of Cups, priestess of the deep. Her power lies in her presence, in her ability to feel without drowning and to love without clinging. She is influenced by the moon, allowing her to listen with the heart of a mystic and communicate in the subconscious language of dreams. Hold space for your inner transformation. Let emotion inform, not overwhelm. Your wisdom comes in the form of compassion. Dive deeply into your intuition and dreams. Psyche has become the goddess of the soul. Her heart is in alignment with her deepest self, and she has felt everything. There has been love, bitterness, betrayal, and abandonment. However, she remained devoted to the calling of her heart. She reminds us that genuine compassion stems from experience, and that the soul's deepest wisdom lies in the ability to be a vessel for love. Emotional perseverance became her strength. I just love that. That's just amazing. Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Yes. Get out that dream journal, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm so bad about writing in my dream journal.
Nobody, I can't do that. You know, a weird thing that I did, speaking of journals, when I moved, is I threw away all of my diaries from before I finished high school.
Oh.
All of them.
Why?
Well, because I looked in them and I was like, oh no, no one can ever see this. And I don't want to see this. So I'm getting rid of this.
Oh no. I never kept a journal when I just felt a lot of feelings, which apparently is okay.
It is. I think it's pretty typical. But yeah, I wrote down too many of those feelings. And I was like, good God, no. Nobody can ever see this. So I trashed them. I've been carrying them around since I was like, some of them since I was 9 years old.
Wow.
And it was definitely time to let go of.
Well, you know,
elementary school, Amy.
This is a time to let go of things that don't serve us, right?
100%.
And clearly that no longer served you. That's a lot of weight to carry around since you were 9 years old.
Yeah. Alrighty. So I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh, well, we were talking about the Queen of Cups.
The Queen of Cups.
Is there anything else about the Queen of Cups that you know or you're familiar with?
I mean, it's just such a card of, I'm going to see what my little book that I have here says. It's just connecting with your subconscious, receiving those messages from your higher self, which I think really works for abundance and being able to let go of what's holding you back and letting your higher self kind of guide you into manifesting. Because it's intuitive energy. It's often found in older women in your life, which is starting to be us.
I know. We're starting to be the other women in our lives.
And again, it's that compassion, that emotional connectedness. And it says in here in this book that you need to make sure you're directing that to yourself as well as outward.
Yes.
Give yourself that compassion.
Yeah. Which we talked about actually in our last recording. So that's just apparently the universe has a lesson for us ladies and gentlemen and people of magical persuasions.
And non-binary people.
Non-binary people. That's magical persuasions. It's a hard lesson for folks to learn.
Well, I'm thinking about how that kind of turns on its head a little bit of a lot of people's understanding of that Bible verse about loving your neighbor as yourself. And because I think that for a lot of people, it's easier, not everyone, obviously, it can be easier to love your neighbor than yourself.
It is to yeah. Which shows you how much, it kind of shows you how much hatred people have for themselves that they're so ugly to their neighbors, you know? Because I think if you love yourself, it's really hard to hate the people around you. I mean, to a degree. We won't go down that rabbit hole, but I find myself, the more that I like myself as I get older and get more and more comfortable in my own skin, the less, the more I want to treat others well. You know, the more I want others around me to feel that as well. Like, I wish so much that I could help younger people. I wish I could impart to them the strength and self-love and self-compassion that I found at the age of 50 something, so that they could have it when they're younger. Because it feels like, God, I was so hard on myself. I hated myself so much when I was younger. And that is just a waste of time and a waste of energy when I could have been loving myself and everybody around me. I just wish I could help them. I don't know.
Well, and I think it's very cyclical as well.
Yeah.
Like when you start to have compassion for other people, instead of seeing in other people what you don't like about yourself, when you start to move past that and look at strangers, like, it doesn't, like, especially with people you don't know, because you don't have that personal connection. When you look at strangers and you could be like, oh, yes, you're wonderful. And then it's easier to see the good in yourself. And then it's easier. So I think that it's not a if then statement.
Right. No, it's a and statement, because it's like, I love myself more. I love those around me, even strangers, more. I see the good in them. I'm putting out good in the world. And then as I'm seeing the good in them and putting out love in the world, it comes back. And I feel even more good and even more love and even more, you know, and round and round and round it goes.
Well, I think that's very much one of the tenets of witchcraft that I've always held on to, very much, is you put out what you want back.
Absolutely. And that, yes. That's why I don't put out, like, I don't hex. I don't necessarily believe, I mean, there's some people that believe you shouldn't ever hex or do anything. I know other people who hex. I don't hex because that's not the energy I want to put out in the world. I will bind someone who is doing harm to me or to someone that I love. That's something on a more personal level, and just preventing them from harming other people and thus harming themselves it doesn't interfere with their will, and it doesn't put out any negativity into the world. Instead, it is binding the negativity. And so that's the kind of vibe I want to put in. I want to put good stuff out into the world and out into the universe. And I don't want to hex here and there. If someone else, if that's their path, you do you, boo, but it's not mine, you know. But I will bind a bitch. So yeah.
Oh my God. Well, on that note, check the show notes. We'll tell you where to get the deck and the Renee and Lee's books and where their websites are,
and their
we'll have
courses,
drink recipes,
all the stuff,
and then you know, no,
smash.
Wait.
What?
No smashing.
No smashing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you could learn about our Instagram and where to find us.
Yes, that
as
too.
As well as all the other people we've talked to.
Yes, and our website.
Then what do we do?
And then we smash that like button.
Woo! Like, subscribe, rate, review, share, do all the things. And as always, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
You all.
We appreciate you all. Thanks for following us. Thanks for listening to us. And thanks for putting out your good vibes for us. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.